Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 317. Today we're going to be talking about packing light for your vacation. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we will get right into the show. Okay, so today is going to be the first of a new summer series of mini episodes. So for the months of July and August, I'm going to be doing quick little episodes just on something I'm thinking about, or maybe a recap of a topic we've talked about before, or whatever just happens to be on my mind that I'd like to share with you guys in the episode. And the reason I decided to do these mini episodes for the months of July and August is because I've really been thinking about trying to do some type of a summer break for myself. But I didn't want to completely take a full break and not have any episodes come out. I'm still going to have my weekly meal plans in full come out too. But for my Monday topic episodes, I really wanted to try and figure out some way to do some type of a summer break without having no episodes come out. And I really didn't want to do like the best of type episodes that some podcasts do where they'll like repeat or like replay like a prior episode. I didn't really want to do that, and I definitely didn't want to completely take off. So I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts is the Mother Like a Boss podcast, and I was listening to her podcast the other day, and she mentioned that this summer she was going to be doing these mini episodes. So I was like, that is perfect. It's a little break. I'm just going to do quick little episodes. No more than 5 minutes, or like around that 5-minute mark. Just a quick little check-in and a quick little topic or thoughts about what I happen to be thinking of. Whatever I want to share with you. And that's it. So there won't be blog posts to go along with these like there usually are. I'm sure you're all devastated because nobody ever looks at my blog posts anyway. But I figure one day maybe someone will. So I won't be doing blog posts to go along with these topics for the summer, because they're just going to be really short and I'm not really going to be doing notes on them or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of talk. And like I said, I will still do my full meal plan blog posts and episodes for anyone who refers to any of those meal plans or recipes or anything like that. So for the months of July and August, it's going to be these quick little episodes. And then in September, we'll go back to the normal episodes, which really aren't that long, quite honestly. Anyway, I guess my episodes are probably usually in the 15 to 25 minute range in general. But the 5 minutes will just give me a little bit of a break for the summer, and I really kind of need it because I just am constantly going, just like you guys all are, and I'm constantly preaching that we need to manage our time and take breaks here and there. When I talk about time management episodes and kind of, letting yourself kind of not go crazy with everything, and I just really would like to take a little bit of a break this summer. So sorry I talked about that for so long. This episode's obviously going to be more than 5 minutes because I've already just talked for like 3 minutes explaining these episodes. I won't have this intro for the rest of my 5-minute episodes. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about today was some tips for packing light for your vacation. And the reason I decided to do this topic is because I was listening to another podcast, and I don't remember what one it was, but they had a guest on, I think it was Minimalish. And she had a guest on who was talking about minimal, like packing minimally for when you go on vacation. And it happened to be great timing because I was listening to it right when I got back from the little trip that I had taken with my daughters. We took a 3-night trip to Philly, which is not very far from me. It's like an hour drive from where we live in New Jersey. And we had a lot of fun. We did like the Harry Potter exhibit at the Franklin Institute, and we went to the Museum of Art and whatever. But it was nice because it was just a quick little vacation. I didn't have a ton of planning and preparation and figuring out what to pack. I knew we were only going to be gone for 3 nights, and I felt like we could easily just kind of pack lightly and go and come back, and there wasn't that much thought about it. We just kind of grabbed our things, packed up real quick, and went. So I was thinking how nice that was, and I thought how so often when we go on vacation, there's so much packed that we probably don't really need to have. Even like, especially like so many different clothes and pajamas and just like all this excess stuff. I've gotten so much more minimal with my clothing in general, just in my everyday. I kind of do like that basic uniform type thing now, where if it's winter, I'm usually wearing leggings and a top, and my leggings always have a side pocket to stick my cell phone in. And now I have like these black bike shorts that I wear in the summer that have the pocket to stick my cell phone in. So like if I'm walking around the yard or vacuuming the pool or doing yard work or whatever, no matter where I am, if I'm cleaning, no matter what I'm doing, I can have my phone in my pocket and I could be listening to a podcast or an audiobook or whatever. But anyway, so I've kind of already really adopted a lot of that minimal clothing in general. So when we went on this trip, same thing. Like I basically wore like my black shorts every day. And I wore like, I think I brought 2 shirts. We were there for like 3 days. So like I wore the one shirt twice and then the third shirt. But depending on what you're doing, if you're not like out where you're going to be like sweating all day, or it's like really bad weather and you're getting soaked or whatever, you can obviously definitely rewear something 2, maybe even 3 times, depending on, you know, what you were doing in it, like, you know, what type of activities you were doing, or if you got dirty or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, I don't know, when we're on vacation, we don't really get too dirty. Even if we're out like hiking and stuff, I mean, unless it's like super like humid or something or raining, we don't really mess up our clothes that much. And so many places have like laundry facilities where you can go do laundry. But the whole point of why I'm kind of babbling on here about this is that having to pack and making packing so like such a point of stress in your in prepping for your vacation, it just kind of it makes it a little bit stressful, because you're always trying to think about all the different things that you need to pack. And if you think about it, you don't really need that much stuff. Like if you think about it, you'll survive. Like if you just like go to wherever you're going and you have basic clothes to wear and shoes to wear, and you have shampoo and conditioner and soap and a toothbrush and toothpaste, you're pretty much covered. It might not be like 100% ideal on what you would love to have, but you'll be fine. You'll be having fun. You'll get through with your day. And you don't have to have like 3 or 4 different pairs of shoes unless you need shoes for like a very specific event. You know, maybe you're going out for a fancy dinner and you want a pair of fancy shoes, whatever. Of course, you're going to pack specific things for a specific event or something that you might have. But if you're just going for something casual, like for example, when we went on this little trip, I brought a pair of flip-flops and a pair of sneakers, and I wore the sneakers there and I packed the flip-flops in my bag. So I didn't really need much shoes. You know, like I said, the clothing I re-wore, I did bring like a sweatshirt, a hoodie, like a light hoodie. I knew it was going to be really hot while we were gone, but I just brought a light one, like just in case I needed it, like in the hotel room or anything like that. But I just feel like the whole pressure and stress that comes along with getting ready for a vacation can so much be lessened by just really trying to think about what you truly, really need, and not everything that you might want to ideally have. Like, for example, we forgot the face wash. Well, I didn't forget the face wash. I had face wash that was already in my bag from like our last vacation, and I forgot to dump out the face wash. I use those little like containers where you just fill it up with whatever product you're bringing on the trip. And when I went to use it and I took it out, my daughter was like, "Oh my gosh, that doesn't look right. It's all yellow." Well, it turns out that's what the face wash actually looks like. So I think it was totally fine, because when I got home and I looked at the actual face wash that I was currently using, when she pumped it out, if you looked at it, it kind of looked like that yellowy color that it looked in the bottle. So I think it was fine. But either way, she was like, "I think it's bad. I don't think we should use it." So I was like, all right, fine. We didn't use it. So we used body wash on our face to wash our face when we were in the shower. Was it ideal? No, but we survived. Like, we got by with body wash to wash our face with. The hotel provided some other type of wash too. And then of course they had shampoo and conditioner and soap and whatever. So, you know, you can get by with a lot less than you think. and it just makes your life easier. You know how it is. You get in the hotel and you unpack all this stuff, and then if you have a big family, like we are a family of 5, and this was only my daughters on the trip, but they're usually the ones that pack the most stuff anyway, because they've got all kinds of makeup and hair products and all this stuff, and it was just like everywhere. And I was just thinking how much nicer it is when you just have a very small amount of things, and it's easier to leave your home because you don't have to spend all this time stressing and get everything packed. It's easier to load up your vehicle if you're doing a road trip, and it's easier to get back out of wherever you're going. And because of that, it makes it more likely that you're going to want to go on another trip again, like quick little mini road trips or things like that. Because if you get to the point where you feel like you only need to grab a few things, just the basics to go on a trip, it makes you more likely to want to go because it doesn't have this like overwhelming feeling of this big preparation that needs to happen to go on a trip. So I think if you maintain a packing list, maybe consider going through it and kind of look at it and think about like the things you have on it, and do they really need to be there? Is it something that you could purchase if you really needed to? Like, for example, the one time we went on a trip and my daughter forgot a hair product that she really needed and she really wanted on the trip. So we walked down to CVS and I paid like $7 and we bought the hair product and she had it for the whole trip. So it was no big deal. So usually if there's something that's really urgent that you really wind up needing and you did forget to pack, you can find it somewhere. So just kind of maybe take a look at your packing list, what you usually bring, and just kind of see if you could scale back a little bit. Even if you don't fully scale back to a very minimal approach, even if you can cut back to make your packing list a little bit less overwhelming, it can really take away some of that stress that's involved in preparing for a vacation, and maybe encourage you to want to do little trips more often if that's the type of thing you like to do. So that's it for today for my first mini episode. I know I went over 5 minutes, but a lot of it I did spend in the intro to explain why I'm doing this. So that's all I wanted to share for today. I hope you got something out of this first little mini episode, and I will continue doing these for the rest of the summer. So I hope you enjoy these. I'd love to hear if you do. Just let me know. And if you have any quick topics you'd like me to talk about over the course of the summer, definitely let me know that also. Of course, you can always email me at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. You could join our private listeners group on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Lola's Frugal Life. I'd really love to have you there. I love talking with some of the other listeners that are in that Facebook group. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would really love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram. Also, if you could take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that would be super helpful to me. I'm trying really hard to grow the audience of this podcast, and those ratings and reviews are what really help the show come up more favorably in search results. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day. Are you in the mood to learn something new? Well, Skillshare is now offering 1 month free of Skillshare Premium. Unlock a passion, side hustle, or new professional skill with thousands of classes in design, business, and more. Start your 1 month free trial now by using the link within the podcast notes for this episode. There's no commitment and you can cancel at any time. So why not go ahead and learn a new skill that you have always wanted to have?